How to run Red Hat Enterprise Linux 9.1 on an Apple Mac. So first of all, let's start from the beginning. Red Hat Enterprise Linux for France RHEL 9.1 is available since November 16th, 2022. So thanks Gilles Catelain, I hope it's pronounced in the right way, for writing this Red Hat blog about what are the new features of this release. Well, I'm surprised that the Leap now supports in-place upgrade to the latest version of RHEL. Let me remind you that Leap is the tool for upgrading previous version to RHEL to the latest one, and also Convert to RHEL now support multiple versions. So these are great if you are planning an upgrade from previous release of RHEL. Well, but under the hood, it looks like more like a bug fixing release than a big major change from the beginning. So thank you for this blog post, and now let's go to the download. This is Enterprise Linux, so it requires actually an active subscription. So we need to log in and specify our credential for the Red Hat portal. Each organization with an active subscription actually have username and password to log in to your Red Hat account. Once you are done, you are going to see a different interface of the Red Hat portal. So let me specify my Red Hat login and password and move forward. Once I'm logged in, I'm able to access the full feature of the Red Hat customer portal under access.redhat.com. So I'm interested in downloading some software, specifically Red Hat Enterprise Linux. So let me select this product and take a look what are the options available. Well, by default it suggests our operating system for the x86 64-bit architecture with the latest version of RHEL. I can scroll down from previous version, but yes, I want the latest one. There are different installation media. As you can see, there is a full installation DVD or additional boot ISO or other option available. You can also search for individual packages or modules in these tabs, but I want to keep it easy, and specifically I want to run my software on my Mac M1. So let me search between all available options for ARM64. Yes, I got what I needed. So I really like the Red Hat Enterprise Linux because it's available in a lot of different architecture. Let me choose the boot ISO and hit the download now button. Let me allow download of this software, and it's going to take a while, but as you can see, download already started, and we need only to wait till the completion to move to the next step. When the file was successfully downloaded on your system, the fun began. We are going to use a software, for example, VMware Fusion. It could be also Parlez. There are many on the market, and this is the virtualization layer. So it's a kind of like a computer inside our computer. More or less the procedure is the same. We need to create a new virtual machine, selecting the ISO file in our hard drive. So let me select this one, and we are ready to start. So basically the software is asking us what type of operating system. This is Red Hat Enterprise Linux version 9 ARM. Great. And it came with some preset about the resources to allocate. We can customize if we want, for example, where to save a file, and the amount of resources that we would like to dedicate for this system. So let me increase to 4 processor and 4 GB of memory. The more resources, the more fast the virtualized operating system will be, but our system might slow down, so it's always a compromise. So let me execute the operating system. Look like a real CD-ROM. So let me select the install. I absolutely love to see 4 Tux, the Linux mascot, the penguin, that means that we are going to execute in 4 CPUs. This is a remarks for the past. Once the setup is ready, we are going to see this lovely graphical user interface that is going to guide us in all the process. First of all, let's select the language that we would like to use. There are plenty of it. Look at this list. I absolutely love it that Red Hat is maintaining actively all these languages. Let me select the standard English from the US. This might be probably the most common option because it's the native language where this operating was created, this operating system. Cool, now we have a few steps, the one with the mark, so let me select the full disk and the setup is taking care of all the necessary steps. Other things to do, well, set up a root password. The root user is the most powerful user, the one that can install software and also do a lot of damage on the system. I select a pretty strong password, but another thing that I'm usually doing is creating like a normal user, and this will be like the user that we are going to use for everyday task. In my case, Luca. It could be also another one, depends on your need. Let me set up a password and enable this user as administrator. This means that will be added to the RHEL group, so it will be able to execute sudo sum. If you want only a normal user, don't mark as administrator. Okay, cool. This is Enterprise Linux, so we actually need a subscription to use it. So we must fill username and password. These are the credentials of our Red Hat portal. Once you are done, the system is correctly registered and we can move to the next step. It depends your level of subscription. I'm using the developer one, that is the free tier that is given by Red Hat to all the independent developers. If you are like a large organization, you have probably different way of setting up the system. I'm thinking to Red Hat Satellite or more enterprise level. This is a manual selection of packages, so let me select the default one, so server with GUI, graphical user interface. You can also choose to install only the base operating system, so in a server way, that has only the minimum amount of libraries to start up, set up the OpenSSH, and provide a normal console interface. Now the setup process is actually downloading all the necessary software. The amount of time depends by the speed of your internet connection and also what you select in the previous step. In my case, it's more than 1 GB and 200 MB. Yes, so it's going to take a while. I would like to be honest with you, I speed up a little bit the video because there is nothing actually to see. There is only a progress bar that we need to wait and don't do anything until the reboot system button is finally highlighted. And to me the progress bar don't make any sense because it's not like progressive, but anyway, it is what it is. It is a tool that gives us a rough estimation about the expected amount of time, and it actually works. After the downloading phase that takes a while, also Red Hat Enterprise Linux installation tool is providing the installation and configuration steps. These are done automatically and can take as long as needed by the amount of packages that we selected. Once everything is done, the kernel and the bootloader, all these important tools are done, we can finally reboot our system and execute our new Red Hat Enterprise Linux 9.1. So let me smash the button and see what is going to happen. The next boot of the virtual machine will be the one that we are going to see every time we reboot actually our virtual machine. So let me see the bootloader and the kernel successfully loaded. So as you can see, this is the BIOS, the basic input-output system that is going to move to the kernel with all the startup utility, and this is our graphic user interface ready for the first login of my Luca account. So let me enter my password and drum roll. Red Hat Enterprise Linux is actually working in my Macintosh machine. Great. This is the first login, so it's asking us if we want to take a tour, just a quick overview about the new features of this lovely GUI that is based on GNOME 43. I really like it, and it looks like very modern with a lot of features that will be super useful for every use case. Cool, done. So it looks like that our Linux is ready to go. I really love this background. It looks like very modern and professional. Just double check, you can always check the version of your operating system under the settings, selecting about, and we got a confirmation that we are running Red Hat Enterprise Linux 9.1, codename Plow. Great, now we are ready for a lot of adventure with a new Linux in our Mac. Great!